a global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Of resistance, fighting not only against the Nigerian government, but against the world.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Na mose vive na kiti enui na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem kuja atibe kuona tulane bovo timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule Nani moda tunilu na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali kama abulezi okwenu na bakala kelwego nezienu n'ụbọchị akala kelwego n'odezi maka na ababa n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lira tono nanda kulugu seji tono nugu banatayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana juko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa kwacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano Umu Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makano fobi abakama Nana nugo noe Biafra na bekele unulina Nkabo nkanyi Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakenemi Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere Wesi ya kene rugio Aduma kwa chukwo number one of Biafra land among them. My phone the boat to the devil, baby, the beach, and the mountain. I was a good word in my libonine. The word in my lobia from you. To make what you cool. Papa gives a can logi Filippo F. Young. I was a one walker who look who kusio kusina Biafra ye kunyo. Nayabu Biafra ya tulugo enata. Onabulo nayabu Biafra e kuigo. Loko gule watana kana ele. Abagise kana logo nyendu mazinande kanu. Amadike Biafra kedebe. Amadike Biafra bialulo.
For the simple reason she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do to that's the problem. They sent her to my case.
Biafra government they know na exile cabinet be no no ono ekene unu jisinu ike na chukwu na nda na ya agba unu ube maka na onye soro bịa ya atọ ka ịmalụ ga-enu eyi jisienu ike Ekene mo di Biafra Liberation Army Umuchukwu. The agents of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na no. Anu ekene no nama. Na no jisi kenon. Let's go about home. Umuchukwu. I say, can the Prime Minister H.E. Masi Simon Webber. I was in Kwaba to be the best. I'm trying to do more Biafra. I don't got your temper with me. I can show you, you will not see. Yes. Mweji mwagu konyilo sinodilo kasojilo ya tiji sojilo wewalaso Muzikwe wabatobi Pagada gididi kebya nulu Mweji wekwala niyo Kujine chukunyele di Biafra na nulu Nuna beke nege Asimuna adele Biafra ni na nama. Asino adele no ni na nama. Mandanye na bono mweno utelanyi welien. Mandanye na bono nudono no we. Makana mbona boke kwena bodike. Moya na no moya long. No before the belly dead no one believe a good legacy will last forever, I believe and the remembrance of my bless you.
Chukwu kika bịa mapụrụ m ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile so na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube n'ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke bịara na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka iwe etinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi gọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpụ isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are 3 types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots.
I want to let the world understand what the so-called founding fathers of the Zoological Republic actually said about Nigeria. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs. They do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention. Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, 1948, a founding father of Nigeria. The second one, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Now, lastly, let me tell you what Nnamdi Azikiwe said in 1964 after the so-called independence of Nigeria. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in peace resources. Then, should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of Democratic Republic of Congo, which is Katanga, will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. These are the historical facts that nobody can deny. We have it in abundance. So, their three founding fathers have, none of them actually believed in one Nigeria. All their founding fathers. But tomorrow now, you see Guardian, right, the founding father. Our founding fathers will be disappointed. But your founding fathers never believed in one Nigeria. It is here now.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
I want to make it very clear this evening that those who align with the Nigeria government to undermine the legitimate interests of Biafra people, especially in the liberation phase of Biafra, we are not going to allow them to have peace within Biafra territory. Because they are aligning with the enemy who killed our people and commit genocide in our land. And what they do is to fight against our common interest. We should not and can never be remorseful. We are going to deal with them decisively by uprooting those individuals who, by the pen, approve the invasion of Biafra land and making it possible for the Nigeria terrorist security agencies to lay siege on Biafra soil. Regardless of their status, we don't engage later after Biafra has gotten its independence. The idea of the struggle, of the face of this struggle at this point, is to liberate Biafra holistically. Because if we don't do it now, it may undermine the development of Biafra when we go into the second phase of the civil war, with the internal civil war after Biafra independence. And we cannot allow that to happen. We have the potential to develop at the fastest rate, more than any country in the world. These people must be driven out of Biafra land and never to set their foot on Biafra soil.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, For that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense. We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name. State administrators, those that feel they do not want to follow the path of Obatopie, we also welcome them to quietly and peacefully leave the United States of Biafra. Biafra promotes freedom of association. You are free to go with whomever you want to be with. That is a basic right. We are not going to take it away from you. You are free to associate yourself with whom you want to. But what we are not going to allow is being able to disrupt what we are doing. Being able to use the platforms established by Obatopie to promote your chaos and your divisive nature. Allowing you to use the plans, the maps, the regions that Obatopie has set up to continue to disorganize, disinform our people. We are not going to allow you to do that. But as long as you following whoever calls you on the phone privately, it is okay to go with those individuals. And Biafrans, we truly support you to do that. That is called freedom of association, which United States of Biafra guarantees. There are charters that we signed during our declaration in Finland. And one of that is the basic human right of individuals to associate with whomever they want to. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra. Under one command, His Excellency the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, represented by my humble self, Dr. Orabueze. Anything outside this, we wish you luck, but please leave any platform that either myself or Obatobia has established. You can inquire from whoever you want to be with. They have their own platform. They have where they are doing their own little shenanigans. You can join them there. We wish you luck, but do not be in the platform established by the United States of Biafra and be causing your havoc. On that note, I thank all the state executives that are working day and night to ensure that we all go home by the end of this year. We thank all the Biafra Defense Forces, again, the decentralized forces and some of the units that have been there. We thank you for the coordination. We thank you for what you are doing to gradually move the state of a nation with all the discipline, with all the respect, with all the dignity associated with the United States of Biafra military. That is what this new nation is working on. On that note, I thank all Biafrans that are present here, all the state representatives, all the country representatives. And I want to quickly recognize all the Biafran secretaries and the Biafra cabinets.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has been able to connect to this program. Thank you so much for joining wherever you're joining from. Please like and share the program. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you so that we can be able to conduct this program as fast as possible. We're not going to waste much time. We're going to spend maybe around 1 hour at most here. We're going to spend about 1 hour today. We're not going to waste time. It's going to be a very quick one. Either 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes we're going to spend here, and we'll call it a day because of some other assignments that I have to take care of. So my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that have joined. Thank you for being part of the program. Like and share wherever you are. We must continue to preach this gospel no matter how difficult it is. The attack on our platforms is getting much more tougher by day. No matter how we try to expand the program, the YouTube has given us a limitation to what we can do and to people we can be able to reach. So the only way you can help is to share the program as you join so that we can reach the people we are supposed to reach. Thank you so much for joining. Today we are going to speak on a very important issue. As you all know, we are going to do some revisions and play some old videos that we have seen for a very long time, just to remind you of where we are coming from and where we are going. I want you to also remember that this program is an interactive one. It's a section where we interact with each other. A section where we put our heads together, share views. It's not just about the speaker here. You can join me on stage. All you need to do is to go to the comment section. You're going to see the link. You click the link and you will get yourself into the program and join the program. As I said before, it's going to be a very quick one. So if you have a contribution to make, try as much as possible to join us on time so that we can be able to get through the program. And hopefully, maybe by tomorrow, we continue our normal program. So I appreciate everyone once again that have joined. As you all know that the platform is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra, a platform that supports the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, and we will continue to do what we have to do to see that our voice is being heard. So wherever you are joining us from, I urge you to please help to share the program to those who are around you so that they can join us on today's program. Today we are going to speak on a topic which says Biafra say no. Biafra say no to the takeover of ancestral land by Fulani terrorists. Support USB government now. The terrorism of Nigerian government is expanding by day. It is not something that is new, but we will not stop talking about it. No matter how they try to hide it, we will continue to speak about it because the enemies of the Biafrans are not stopping. The Fulani Janjaweed are not stopping. The pursuit to take over the land of Biafra has increased. They continue to fight from all fronts as we speak. We are still receiving some grievous, very, very bad videos that we're receiving. Very heartbreaking videos we are receiving where people's lives are being wasted by the terrorists in uniform and those who are off uniform. Biafrans are still losing, and there are a lot of shedding of blood in Biafra land as we speak. And we cannot pretend that these things are not happening. What you have to do as a Biafran is wherever you are, you must have to stand up and know that this is not a joke. Those of us who are speaking, it's not as if we don't have some other things to do. It is not as if it is just our own, it is only about us. No, it is about every one of us. The atrocities of Nigerian government against the indigenous people is so much that it is so clear that wherever you are going to see it, and you see it clear. Whether you are a Biafran or you're not a Biafran, regardless whichever region you belong, if you are paying attention closely, you will see what I am saying and you will see it firsthand. The atrocities of Nigerian government in Biafran territory, it's so much that we can no longer continue to keep silent, and they are not stopping. If you think you wake up one day and through your wishful thinking, you will see the Fulani Janjaweed disappear, or you see Nigerian government change and begin to do something better, you are a dreamer, and you will continue dreaming until maybe you wake up in your graveyard. The only thing that we have to do today as Biafrans is to rise up and fight this battle the best way we can. We must rise up wherever we are. Fight the best way you can. Fight the enemy in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south. There is nothing else you can do than to fight with everything you have to see that you defeat this enemy. The enemies of Biafra are coming out from all angles, from all corners, and the only way we can defeat them is for us to rise up with all our strength, with all our effort, put together everything that we have and fight this battle. Fight them to a standstill. The earlier you understand this, the better for you, because the plan of the enemies of Biafra is not to let us alive. They will do everything humanly possible to take us out, and they are already doing it. Some of you who think that this thing is going to go away by wishful thinking, you are a dreamer. I want to remind you that what you are seeing today did not start today. Everything you are seeing today started long time ago. It is a long time plan. It took the Fulanis many years to get to where we are today. It took them many years to get to where we are today, and they are not stopping. That is one thing with these Fulanis. When they have a project, they pursue it, unlike some of us who do not pursue their project. The Fulani Janjaweed are very consistent in their pursuit and agenda. Unfortunately for them, their agenda this time around align with the British, align with the West, because the West are much interested in taking the resources in Biafra land. They are not interested in saving lives. So as long as Fulani can continue to take lives and allow the West to continue to exploit the mineral resources, they are okay with it. So when you think you can just sit back and wish that this evil goes away, it will not go away. The earlier you rise up, wake up wherever you are and fight today, the better. The atrocities of the Janjaweed is getting worse by day. So wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike to rise up and support your government. the fight to take over our land has intensified. And it is much more serious because there are some Biafrans that are involved in the takeover of their own land. Some Biafrans have sold their ancestral land. They have sold it out. Some of our Biafrans are willing to fight on the side of the enemy against their own brother. They are already fighting, not they are willing. They are already fighting on the side of the enemy. That is how bad it is. So when we speak about these issues, you should understand that it is not a child's play. We are not saying these things to entertain you. We are not saying it to make you happy. Neither are we saying it to make you angry. But it is a fact that you must know. The terrorism you see in Nigeria today did not start yesterday, and it's not going to stop tomorrow. It is going to get worse. It is going to get worse until you stand up and do something. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that they are going to come. It doesn't matter what you do, they are going to come. And in one of his speeches also, he said that what they have given us is the devil's alternative. That is what the Janjaweed have presented. That is what the West have given us, devil alternative. If you fight, you will die. If you don't fight, you will die. So what do you choose? It is better we fight and die with honor. It is much, much better we fight and die with honor. Why would you allow the enemies to take over your land? Why would you be sponsoring and supporting evil, either knowingly and unknowingly, when you are speaking against your brother who is focused on genuine pursuit of Biafra? When you are spending your time on blackmail and propaganda, it clearly shows that you are working against the freedom of the people. There's no law that says that we must pass through same road to fight for this freedom. But what is important is that you must focus on whichever direction you have chosen to fight. If you have chosen to pursue your freedom in whatever way, in whatever manner, please concentrate on that and allow other people to do theirs. But when you make yourself a distractor, a stumbling block, all you do is to continue to distract. All you do is to continue to blackmail. I bet you are not going to go far. You are only selling your ancestral land. But I tell you that it's going to get to you. It's just a question of time. When you are speaking against Dr. NgoziOrabueze today, fighting her and destroying all she's doing, you think you are doing to her. You are not doing to her. You are doing to yourself. And I bet you, it doesn't matter how far you try, you are going to fail. It doesn't matter how much you try, you're going to fail. When we talk about the freedom of the people, it is not a selfish one. We are not just talking about the freedom of the Biafran people, but the freedom of every indigenous person that is in that contraction called Nigeria. It doesn't matter your religion. It does not matter your location. It doesn't matter your tongue, your tribe. As long as you are indigenous, it is high time you wake up and protect your ancestral land. Wake up and protect your ancestral land. What we are seeing today that is happening across the world is heartbreaking. The information we are getting and things that are happening is heartbreaking. These are things that no one expected that to happen. But here are we. It is happening. Biafra land is bleeding. Why Biafra land is bleeding? Some people are there pushing propaganda and blackmail against their own nation. How long will you continue on this path of evil? How long will you continue on this path of destruction? If you do not want your own freedom, that is your own business. But why will you stand on the way of those who want freedom? Why will you stand on the way of those who want freedom? The time has come for every one of us to focus on that which is right. We must focus on that which is right. wherever you are today as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike to focus on supporting your government. Support the United States of Biafra government to protect the innocent souls that are being wasted in Nigeria. Before I came in line, I saw a video of a very young child. A very young child that was shot by Nigerian army. A young girl, very young girl, shot by Nigerian army in her home where she was sleeping. The military man, the terrorist in uniform, went into the house and shot that little child dead. I saw her in a pool of blood. These are the kind of videos you will see, and you will not stop fighting. You will not stop talking. Some of us think that when we are talking, it is not a joke. I wish I can be able to share the videos that come to my table every day with you online. I wish I could share it, but I can't. Because of the conditions the Facebook, the YouTube have placed on us. Because of all their restrictions, they are doing everything possible to stop us. Let alone when you post such kind of a video, your channel is gone. So we're managing everything that we have, but I bet you, Biafrans, there is trouble in the land. There is trouble in the land. If you think it's a joke, just know it as not a joke. This is a reality. The atrocities of the Janjaweed is increasing, and they are not stopping. As I said before, if you just think you will sit back and wish, through your wishful thinking, you will change the situation, it cannot happen. You can never wish these terrorists away. You can never wish these terrorists away. They can't go away simply because of your wish. Nigerian government will not change to become a normal government and stop being a terrorist government because of your wish. You must have to do something. Every politician in Nigeria is in this project. The project of enslavement, the project of taking over the land of the indigenous people and giving to foreigners. Every politician is in this project, and they are doing everything humanly possible to carry out their projects. They have all the money, they have all the minds, all the weapons. What do we have? All we have within us is the grace of Chukwu Okike upon us. And upon that grace is where we stand and we make our declaration and make our demands known. Praying to Chukwu Okike that someday he is going to send a helper while we'll do what we have to do as a human. The plans of the Janjaweed is so much. The atrocities of Janjaweed cannot be overemphasized. And you cannot hear about these atrocities on the conventional media. Neither will you hear it from the international media. The government of the zoo have paid off all this media that did not report the atrocities of the government and their terrorists to the world. That's why we have taken it upon ourselves every morning to come at any given opportunity to come and speak. And we will continue to do so until freedom is gotten. If you think that the Fulanis are going away, they will not go away. That is why we are calling for the disintegration of the zoo. Once this country is disintegrated and every region stay on their own, the Fulanis will find their place. They will find their place. But if you continue to leave the borders open, the attack will continue. The loss of life will continue. The intimidation will continue. The abuse will continue. Because these Fulanis have been promised Nigeria as their home. They have been promised Nigeria as their home. In other countries where they reside, they have no say. It is only in Nigeria that they are in charge of the government. The Janjaweed are fully in charge of the government in Nigeria. That is why Nigerian government has become a terrorist government. There is nothing that is working. It's only terrorism, terrorizing the citizens and visitors. That is what they do. All the politicians are this. You cannot wish Fulanis away except by putting up a fight of disintegration. Every region will be on their own. When the country is divided according to tribal lines, they will find where they belong and they will be in their territory and protect their own territory. But today, as we all know, nobody is a Nigerian. Even the Fulanis made it clear that they are not Nigerians. The Fulanis identify themselves as Fulanis. They identify themselves as Nigerians. I wish that we, the Biafrans, can borrow leave from them. If there's nothing you can borrow from Fulanis, it is this self-preservation. Fulani doesn't joke with self-preservation. They will do everything to preserve their identity and themselves. That is one area where we are lacking. Our people are not ready to preserve themselves. Our people are not ready to understand each other. Our people are not ready to see reasons and protect their ancestral land. But Fulanis have an agenda. And self-preservation of themselves is what they put forward first. That is why a Fulani governor came out and said that they know themselves as Fulanis and nothing else. And they went ahead. Said they are even more closer to their brothers and sisters who are in Mauritania or Algeria, wherever they are. They identify with each other as one people. More than you that you sharing the same country with them. And some of you think that you can wish away this evil. You can't wish it away. They identify themselves as Fulanis. And they take Nigeria as their own. Their mission is to wipe away every other region and take over. That agenda is what they are carrying out undeterred. If you think it's a joke, I'm going to play a reminding video where the former governor of Bauchi State, a man that contested for president of Nigeria, was telling you how Fulanis will come and take over the zoo. He was saying how the Fulanis will come and take over the zoo. And he was telling us that the zoo is their own. And there is nothing you can do about it. They were saying it in national TV. They didn't hide it. That is one thing with the Fulanis. They don't hide their feelings. They say it and they go ahead and do it. The audacity in them is so much that you can't imagine. Telling you that they're going to bring foreigners and put them into the ground, and you must accept them. And nobody puts up a fight. Except the Biafran people that have rejected that nonsense. And we will continue to reject it. Regardless how they come, regardless the angle they come from. Whatever threat they present, we are going to face them head on. I want to remind you of this very video. It's a very long time video that was made by a governor then on the national TV. Let's hear him.
To cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together.
You see, the issue of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person.
Did you hear him? That a Fulani man is a global and African person. They don't see themselves as this Nigeria you're talking about is not in their head. A governor is telling them the Fulani man is a global, they see themselves as a global and as an African person. So they have the right to enter anywhere, occupy anywhere, as long as it's in this Africa, it is their home. And where they have found their home, they want to take by force is Nigeria. This is a governor then speaking. This man that is speaking here contested for president in that contractual Nigeria. He was the former governor of Bauchi State. And look at, he's explaining to you what a Fulani man is. A global person. And Africa, any place you see them, they are there.
He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man.
You didn't hear him? His nationality is just a Fulani man. The Fulani nationality is just Fulani. They don't care about this, your one Nigerian, whatever. And you see some idiots, they be talking about one Nigeria, talking about building a Nigeria, a better Nigeria. Look at a governor, somebody who contested for presidency. One of the people who are speaking in that country, look at him. That a Fulani man sees himself as simple as a Fulani man. He doesn't attach himself, he cage himself, he says he's a Nigerian. No, he sees himself as a. So they are global, and any place they go, it is their home. And that is why I tell you, you cannot wish them away. The only place to stop them is to disintegrate this Nigeria. You disintegrate it, everybody be on their own region. By the time you disintegrate it, they will find a place where they will fix themselves. He's calling Fulani a global African person. Go to Ghana and tell Ghana government that Fulani is a... Ghana has chased them away several times, put them in truck and pushed them to Nigeria. I saw a video where they chased them from Ghana, they moved into Nigeria. Many countries where they go and they make this trouble, the government clamp on them and send them out. It is only in Nigeria they have seen as a weak place where they can be able to terrorize and take over. And look at the description of a governor of who a Fulani man is. That is why I tell you, wishful thinking cannot take them away. You have to do something. That is what Biafrans are doing.
Mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person.
Yeah.
He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man.
I want you to get that word. His nationality is just a Fulani man. His nationality is not Nigeria. The nationality of a Fulani man is not Nigeria. He is just a Fulani man. They don't care about this, your Nigerian nonsense. So those of you who are talking about building a better Nigeria, I am sorry for you. I am sorry for you. I am sorry for you. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama, I'm a Biafran, and we have left Nigeria. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that for the redeclaration of Biafra. And if you care about your life and the life of your neighbors and your unborn children, it is high time you wake up and support Biafra.
And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Biafran, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No, in most cases the crises are precipitated.
This is when they were advocating Fulanis from all parts of the world should come and assemble, that you can't close the border. This man is telling that you can't close the border. You must keep the border open for Fulanis to come in whenever they like. From Mauritania, from Mali, from Senegambia. He is saying you must not close the border. The person that is speaking this word is a politician, former governor of Bauchi State. He contested for presidency. This man you see so. And you fold your hand, you're wishing that Fulani will go away one day. Continue to wish and don't do something.
Hated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in...
You hear him? The Fulanis have a culture of revengeance, a culture of getting revenge. You cannot do anything and they will not fight back. They have a culture of getting revenge. Why is it that we cannot develop that culture of getting revenge? Since 1945, these same Fulanis have continued to take the life of the Biafrans. Since 1945, and we never take vengeance. They came up to the Civil War. More than 5 million people lost. We never take vengeance. But a governor is here on national TV preaching to you that they have a culture of vengeance, a culture of taking revenge. And that is why whenever any one of them is attacked, anything happens against Fulanis, they will come from all parts of the world and they will fight the person. That is why you see what happened in Rror. What happened in Rror? What is your government doing? The government went in and began to disarm people of Rror so that Fulani can come in as usual for reprisal attack. They have done it in Jos, Plateau. They have done it in Benue. In so many places, this reprisal attack is something that happens all the time. And each time they come, you will never see police or army coming to the aid of the people. This is a governor announcing it before you that whatever you do against Fulani, they must come vengeance. And while taking vengeance, they will go and employ all the Fulanis across the world to come and fight. Now you understand what we are up against. Those indigenous people that think that this issue is about Biafran people. Oh, it is about Mazen Nandekano. Oh, Mazen Samaneba. Sorry. It's just a question of time. It will get to your doorstep. It's a question of time. Every one of us, we have a taste of it.
In the tradition of the Fulani man that attracts reprisal from all over the world.
If I understand, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project. And you use the language, the culture is up to be able to convince them. Away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are taking
that.
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics, because as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle, and so if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you, and that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the lorries.
Let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be, this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand the
reason.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals.
You see, when he was suggested to, the presenter told him, are you going to fence this area you want to keep the Fulanis or what? He said no, that it is a colony. And he went ahead to say that the forests are there, the owners are not using it, and if you don't use the forest, it's just being wasted. So they believe that every forest that is there belongs to the Fulanis, they can use it. When the man was asking him directly, will you fence this area, a kind of a ranch? He said, no, you don't fence a colony. You just leave it for them there. They want to continue their occupation of land. This is what is up. This man is a former governor of Bauchi State. He even contested for presidency and he lost. These are people like Buhari. The same mindset, all the Fulanis have the same mindset they have with this guy saying. You see the plan they have to take over the land. All the forests where you have in your land, they are going to take it over. They will take over all the forests and put their own people there. They say you are not using it. If you are not using it, why do you have to leave it? If you don't use it, robbers will occupy it. And they are the same robbers, the same Fulani Janjaweed. They are the occupiers. They are the ones. They are the ones.
The cows and the
let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence. You will understand the reason.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Sambisa forest, because it is not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they're fantastic. We have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. You can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria.
So this issue.
So you can see how these people operate. You can see how these people are operating. You can just see. You can imagine the mentality of these people. After hearing somebody like this speak, why wouldn't you support the disintegration of that contraption called Nigeria? Why will you continue to make yourself part of that contraption called Nigeria? Why? Why will any sensible person continue to make himself part of that contraption called Nigeria? Let me tell you, the danger ahead is worse than what you are seeing now. For some of us that are living abroad, you think you have escaped. You haven't escaped. So many of us that are living abroad. Tomorrow we're planning to go to Nigeria. You go there, you spend 2 days, and you come back. Next tomorrow, you go again, you come back. I want every single one of you to pay attention. Those of you that are living abroad, don't think you have escaped. The danger is also knocking at your door, wherever you are. That is why we must put our resources together, put our efforts together to make sure that this evil is brought down. The earlier we do that, the better for us. We must make sure that this evil is brought down. Every single one of us. You never know who it will be tomorrow. You have your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your neighbors. Even if you do not have anybody, one day, one thing will bring you to that zoo. And I bet you, these monsters, you might fall into their hand and the case will be a different case. And I want to play a video, a reminder of a testimony of somebody that came from abroad, somebody from Oduduwa land, a family that came from abroad to spend time in Nigeria. What happened to them? This is a very old video. Some of us have forgotten, and some of us maybe did not see this confession when it came. The testimony of the encounter of somebody who left abroad and came with his family to Nigeria, what they faced, And they swore never ever to step into Nigeria. Even in their death, they wrote a will that if they die, nobody should bring their corpse to Nigeria. That is how bad it is. They wrote a will that if they die, nobody should bring their corpse to Nigeria because of what they were living abroad for a very long time and they came to Nigeria. I want to play that testimony for you to hear it again. Some of you must have forgotten. Let us play it again, a reminder. So when you are living abroad, you think you have escaped. You have not. I want you to pay attention. Listen carefully.
Rupture and decided to park the car with the hope of changing the tires. It was like a film. In a GC, motley crowd of armed men in military uniform came out of the bush. They fired at the boot of the car. Ahead of us, 5 of them came out of the bush. Another 2 came from the rear. My daughter screamed, "Mommy, Daddy, what's going on?" There was no time to say a word. They marched us through into the bush, firing into the sky. They hit me on my chest, hit my daughter on her head. Blood oozed. At this time, it was better to kill me. I shouted at one of the armed men. His response was hell. He went straight for my private part, tore my dress with his gun. The others ripped my dresses. I was left with my undies. My husband and my daughter started crying. 2 of them dug their teeth into my breasts. While attending a secondary school in Adamawa, I had lived with some Fulani, so I understood a few Fulani words. I started pleading, at least for my daughter. To my shock, at gunpoint, they removed the dress of my little girl. One of them carried her on his head as a baby, on his head as my baby struggled, shouting, "Daddy, Mommy, what's going on? Help me!" I could not help myself. We marched for 9 hours. I was half naked. My daughter was totally naked. Her tears was like a stream of blood on her cheeks. Our phones had been seized. We ended up in an ungoverned region in the thick of the forest. We met a well-organized group. There were some kidnapped victims. I saw 2 women, 2 ladies and 3 men. There were some people with their legs chained to trees. They were as if half dead. We were separated. I was separated from my husband. My daughter was taken away. I only heard her screaming intermittently. I did not know what they were doing to her. These men, now about 2 dozen, had a full kitchen. They had a huge camp and a traditional medical team. How can they say they don't know where these people are? How can they say that? But the camps appeared isolated from each other. We heard noises afar, indicating it might be nuclear settlements of camps. Right in my presence, I saw them pack the remains of a woman. They took her and buried her a few meters away from us. She had tribal marks. I cannot describe the agony of 6 days in captivity in this little piece. I cannot talk about how they asked my husband to choose between myself being raped or his daughter being raped. My husband broke down in uncontrollable tears. One of them hit him saying, "Yoruba bastard, you dey cry, idiot." They now gave him an option that he should be raped by one homosexual among them. My husband, a devout Muslim. My husband is a devout Muslim. He told them that homosexual and rape of any kind was against Islam. They hit him with a butt of AK-47. What do you know about Islam? You can imagine, you are being asked to choose between being raped by a homosexual, your daughter just 9 years old, or your wife being raped. They gave the 4th option. If you fail to choose one, we would rape your daughter, rape you, the man, and rape me, the wife. I made myself the sacrificial lamb. My husband begged, saying they should name any price. One of them asked him to bend down. 3 beastly criminals sat on his back, jumping until he was too weak to stand. I was not allowed to put on any additional clothes. Imagine they rape you all night and they stop you from putting on any clothes for 24 hours. The rain fell once. It became a relic at the sexual museum for the armed men, who in turn addressed me and asked questions about my financial standing. New Fulani men joined the camp. They organized military training for the new Fulani men that came, teaching them how to shoot and walk through circles of glowing fire. They were not released until after 6 days. We were not released until after 6 days. We had to walk the same zigzag journey back to the main road, our eyes blindfolded. During the negotiation to pay, they said the money was not for them alone, that they had to settle those who sent them. For me, I see a thriving organized crime supported by powerful political interests. Now, I do not think we were released to freedom after paying a whopping 8 million naira. I do not think we can ever be free. We can never be free from the anguish, the psychological trauma, the nightmares we suffered, the occasional fits of my daughter, her waking up at night behaving strangely, her asking the same question over and over, Mommy, why? And I do not have an answer. In my life, I have never passed through a torture chamber like this. I do not think any society should let this happen. I do not know the fate of those we met and about 7 other people brought during the 6 days we were in captivity. What I saw was a nation that has collapsed, but pretends she lives. A people on life support. Crime is not restricted to Fulani people alone. We have Yoruba criminals, but I don't think Yoruba criminals are this beastly. These elements are savages. I can't imagine Yoruba thieves going to Sokoto or Meduguri to kidnap Fulani people and keep them in their own bushes. It gives me mental torture that this is happening, and some people are even trying to justify or look for excuses. Well, as a devout Muslim, myself and my family have taken solace in Allah. Not the Nigerian police, not the army, not the government. We have taken our faith the way it came, this is supposed to be fate. I thank God that we successfully returned to where we live, thousands of miles from Nigeria. We thank God that we have made a vow. Never shall me, any of my children or husband in our lifetime visit Nigeria again. Our remains, anytime we die, will also not be buried in Nigeria. It was a suggestion my daughter made, which we all adopted. I pity the country. I pity her people who continuously walk like the living dead. I pity those who parade themselves as leaders because they know nothing about what is going on and the abyss the country is sunk already. I pity Yoruba people. Oh, I pity you. I pity my people. For me, the issue is not about President Buhari. Democracy can produce anything, even the worst in the society. What I worry about is the conspiracy of silence by the people themselves, the ignorance, the treachery, and the illusion that one day things will get better through another election. Since I was born in Nigeria, each year had led from bad to worse and on and on. I do not have a solution to what is going on, but I think very soon hell will let loose upon the earth as long as there is no law and order and anarchy and the rule of brutes in the order of the day. Once again, there can never be anything more comforting than my husband, who saw what I went through, but was able to encourage me, and even encourage me to write this little piece after months of agony and sociological imbalance. Good night, Nigerians.
You heard it. This is a story of encounter. Somebody who have spent his life abroad just came into Nigeria. This is what a family faced. The man, the wife, and the daughter. From Oduduwa land. And by the way, a Muslim. And they have sworn never ever to step foot in Nigeria again, even at death, that nobody should bring their corpse to Nigeria. You know, when we talk about the issue of the zoo, some of you think it's about the Biafra. Some of you think it's about the Igbo people. Oh, why is it these Igbo people every time talking about Nigeria? Don't worry, it is going to get to everybody. It's a question of time. And I always say it, if there are people that are much more equipped, much more prepared for what is coming, it is the Biafrans. If there are any group of people, any tribe, any region that is prepared for what is coming, it is only the Biafrans that are very much prepared. But when we come online and we talk about these things, some people hate us because of what we are saying. We are saying the truth. It is not just about us. It is about every indigenous person in that contraction called Nigeria. And I think this woman just said it. She just read it at the end. The woman said, some people are keeping silence, thinking about election, that they think after election it will go off. And she said, we have seen many elections come and go, and things get worse. And if you think your wishful thinking will take this away, it will never. The only solution to Nigeria remains disintegration of the zoo. Until that is done, this evil will consume every single individual in that zoo. But as for Biafrans, I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Each time I remember that the redeclaration of Biafra have been made. And today we are a sovereign nation fighting for recognition and full restoration. When I remember it, my soul is consoled. For those of them who think it is about the Igbo people, it is about the Biafran people, forget it. This testimony, some of you have forgotten because, you know, many of you have a very short memory. When something happened, the next minute you forget it and you go about your business as if nothing happened. Today, things are worse than what this woman experienced. Today, she paid ransom and they were freed. Today, you pay ransom, they take it. Today, they capture you, they use your part, they sell your part and take it. It is going to get even worse. The earlier everybody rise up and begin to seek for this disintegration of Nigeria, the better. If you are not from that contraption Nigeria and you care about humanity, anyone that cares about humanity and you come across our video, support the disintegration of the zoo. That is the only remedy. The only remedy is Biafra. Once Biafra leave, every other person will find their feet. You're welcome, my brother Greg. Thank you so much for joining. My brother Greg, you're welcome. So I would like you to make your comment. I'm going to end the program just very soon. Just make your comment and conclusion so that I can round up. I have an appointment to catch up with. Go ahead, my brother Greg. Let's hear you.
Yes, good afternoon, Jews, and good afternoon, Biafrans. And my greetings go to all Biafrans and our leaders, wherever they might be. Thank you this afternoon for having the little time today again. May God bless you and bless all the Biafrans who are listening. Yes, Jews. You know, every day there is billions of evidence the reason why Nigeria must disintegrate, why Biafra must go, and any other person that is concerned must fight to liberate or to form his own country. You know, look at that Fulani man. Let me start from the Fulani man. And as I will be talking about that Fulani man, I want to send the message to our foreign ministry. The foreign ministry of Biafra, and those who are going for our negotiations and lobbying for our freedom. I want this kind of video of this former governor of, I think, Katsina State or what?
Bauchi State. I just checked, Oluchi, my God. I just checked now on Google. He is still the governor of Bauchi State. He's still there. I don't know whether if he's from the top tunnel or whatever. He is still the governor of Bauchi State.
Okay, the governor of Bauchi State. So, this kind of video and many videos that's supposed to be compiled, and the Biafra have to plan a kind of a conference in America, and I don't know if here is the place are supposed to bring this kind of suggestion, you know, and they have, especially this time of summer is coming out, to have it a kind of a conference where we can invite all those people that we are presenting our case to. At least, if they give us audience for 3 hours in those conference, this kind of videos supposed to analyze to them, because many of them, when you give them a cassette and the evidence of what happened in Nigeria, many of them will not even have time to go and watch it. So, but if there will be a kind of conference where they will invite and analyze all these things, they will see it themselves. This is, remember when Buhari went to America or UK, that time the Fulanis were kidnapping during his own regime. He went and he told the world that those Fulanis are not Nigerians, that they are foreigners. And those foreigners, they came in your land and they kill people, rape, destroy farms. In the country where you claim that you are the president of that country and you are the citizen of that country, and the foreigner is coming to your land, destroying the farm, raping women and children, killing, burning houses and destroying properties, and you as a president, you did nothing. Instead, you are able to do everything you can to kill the people who are protesting without no gun, no machete, no weapon. You release your military to go and shoot at them when they are in the schools, doing their in the church, doing their prayers, when they are in the streets protesting, or in the school having their meeting for saying no, having prayers and doing a kind of protest against what is happening in Nigeria without no gun, without no bullet, only that they have flag of Biafra, and you release their military to go and kill them in numbers as a president. And you come out in the international world, you tell the world that those people who are killing people in Nigeria, that they are not Nigerians, and you did not do anything about it. And you have chances to stop them, you did not stop them. Instead, you release billions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and you gave those people. You took billions of naira, and you open Fulani radio. You do a lot of settlement with what do you call him, Erufai. And there was billions of dollars that was spent on those foreigners that they are not Nigerians. When Nigerians are hungry, when farmers cannot cannot farm so that the citizens can eat, where there is no school, teachers have not been paid, the children cannot go to school because of terrorism. And they tell the whole world that these are the people who are not Nigerians. And you as a president and as governors, you did not do anything. And these governors confirming it, sitting before the whole Nigerians and the journalist who was interviewing him, telling the Nigerians that these people are not Nigerians. That the Fulanis are all over Africa. They are from Cameroon. They are from Niger. They are from Cotonou. They are from Mali. They are from all the whole over Africa. That when any of them supposed to be give free. So the one that is in Nigeria will move to Cameroon and have citizenship in Cameroon. The one that is in Cameroon will come into Nigeria and have citizenship in Nigeria. The one that is in Niger will come in Nigeria, have citizenship in Nigeria. The one that is in Mali will come. So they have every African country, they have power. They have authority. Africa is their own control and their own right. So anywhere they go, they are the citizens of that land. And nobody can stop or control them. Nobody can give them condition. And this man was asking him question. You are asking for them to have a land where they can be putting their cows. And that land that will be given to them, can they fence that land so that they will know that these are the people who are in this place? He said, no, you cannot fence the land. After all, it's bush anyway. So even if you do not give them that land, they will take it by force in a criminal way. Then that is the Fulani. That is where they go. So it shows the world that whether you like it or not, when Fulanis come to your land, you must agree whether you like it or they must take that land. That is what this man was telling the whole Nigerians in the national television. That when they come, you must give them land. And you remember, the so-called Adoshina, who was the spokesman of the Buhari that time, who told the Benue people when they were killing numbers, when they were every week they will have mass burial. What did he say? And every week they have mass burial in Enugu and Soka and Bakalike and all those places. He said, release your land or you die. Leave your land for the Fulanis to take or they will be killing you. And nothing happens to him. And that is what the same message that this governor came and told the Nigerians. So that to show you the kind of country where we are in. And the same Buhari say he will open border. That he is going to open border free. He make African, his border was free. You were crying that Fulanis, that foreigners are coming to kill people in the country where you are present and you are the citizen of that country. And you know that those people are not Nigerians coming to kill. And you say you will make your border open free for them, for foreigners to come in. Who are you opening the border indirectly for? You are opening for those your families who are in Cameroon, who are in Niger, Mali, Burkina, any part of Africa where the Fulani is. You ask them, come and kill these Nigerians and take their land. That is what Buhari did. And that's what Dangote is doing. That is why they can use Dangote's truck. And nobody has called Dangote and asked, why is your truck being every time used in the midnight to bring the Fulanis into Nigeria, especially to the southeast or southwest? And they are killing people. They will stop them and they will see gun. Why is your vehicles used to transport criminals and the kidnappers and terrorists? No, there have not been any person, any journalist, any news media that have been able to take his stand and ask that question. Why is it that you is the only Dangote truck that I always use to commit those crimes? Nobody have asked that question. But if those things had been an Igbo people, even the Igbo man would be the first person to say, is his brother that is bringing those Fulani and those people to come and kill people, that they should close his business. Have you had one day that they said Dangote truck was attacked by any Fulani or any of his something? No, because he is bringing them. It is their own tradition to force you to take anything land that belongs any land. Fulani doesn't buy land; they acquire land by force, whether you like it or not. The governor confirmed it. It is a bush. They will take it anywhere. So, what do you think? What can you do? You can do nothing. And then you come to the southeast. They come and they hijack all the governors and all the politicians. They gave them condition. If you do not allow any Fulanis to come in, you will not remain in that seat. And all the politicians in the east agree. They started killing themselves to make sure that every one of them present is safe. Use me. Use me. I will do those things you agree and you want. Use me, I will do. Those of them must say, use me. So those so use me. Peter Mba say, use me. And they are using them to kill every day, killing their peoples. They can do nothing because that is an agreement. So before they come into any state, they meet the governor through their emirs and the presidencies and the senators. They reach the governor, they hijack the governors. And when they come in, they will go and meet the local chiefs. The governors will ask them, go into all the Ezes, bribe them, buy all those Ezes, so that when you start destroying their farms, they will not be able to do anything because they are the one who will help us as governor to pinpoint the villagers who will want to rise against you. And those Ezes are doing those jobs for those governors. Why do you think that make all these people, when they catch them, they will say, did who touch you? Because they have people who monitor them. What makes you think that this man, Fulani man they catch, he was laughing, even though he has said that he's a kidnapper, that he's working for, he's a kidnapper. And he said that no police would do him anything because he knew the people that sent them and people who are behind them. It's just like you go to the north now, you catch an Igbo man who went to robbery, and he will tell you, nobody can do me anything. How possible is it? How possible can an Igbo person stand and say, nobody will do me anything, and he went to the Lagos and steal, and he went to Sokoto and he steal? Even if he take common akara, and they will catch him, they will kill him, and nothing will happen. Even if police arrest him, they will go and take that person from the police and they go inside the barrack, bring out that person and kill him. Police will not do anything. What makes you think that police doesn't? Have you seen in the north where police slap any of them? Which police cannot touch them? And in the way in the north, before you in the south, on the eastern side, before you talk, police will slap you as I will kill you and nothing will happen. The same power. The Igbo police will kill you, kill his brother, nothing will happen. The Hausa, the Fulani will kill the Igbo man in the east, in any part of the world, nothing will happen. But you will arrest a kidnapper, an Arab who is a Fulani, and he will say, you cannot do me anything. Even if you go to IG, he can't do nothing. And definitely you see it, Kurokuro, that he will not do anything. So we have not started presenting our case in the right form. That is what I'm trying, the area I'm trying to go. So for us going to take picture with the senators and all those congressmen, and they tell them we want you to help us to lobby, well, that is not what they are supposed. Those message doesn't make sense. Until we start organizing conference where we will come and show them exactly our own self, analyze those things on the screen. And they will be seeing it with themselves. What is happening? 3 hours is enough. And they organize those, and they will come. A good analyzer will come and analyze every of those things and how it happens, the killings, the conditions, and every power they have been accumulated from Nigeria to do whatever they want to do. And their statements on how they do it. I think that is how the message can start penetrating. Because most of the time, some of them will not have time to go through those things. Most of the time, they will not even see it as something real. So that is the thing. Look at this very woman. Let me touch the woman case, and the husband.
Please,
the people that
just round it up in 1 minute. My time is up already, my brother.
Okay,
Tomorrow
sorry.
we'll continue.
Okay, thank you. So there is no point of going too much. But the point I'm trying to make there is this woman, maybe if she have heard about the Yoruba nation, maybe she would say those people are very stupid and very mad. But now she have written her will that her dead body cannot be taken to Yoruba land in Nigeria. So now they are getting the message letter by letter. That is what I'm trying to, let me just summarize it so that my brother, you can go and do the thing that you're supposed to do. Let me not hold you down. So thank you, Choose, and thank you, Biafrans. As my brother said, tomorrow we can analyze this. It's a very big program.
We are going to replay it again tomorrow. We'll repeat the program again tomorrow. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for coming up to do a little while, as we always do. Is something that we have signed up to do. Even in the smallest chance we have, we come out and do what I have to do so that we don't keep people waiting. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. My fellow Biafrans, I thank you for being part of this program. Tomorrow is a very short one, and tomorrow we will continue this program. We will extend it to tomorrow, and we will continue to expand it. I will repeat the videos for us to know actually what is going on and the direction that we have to go. The Chukwu Kabema, God and protect our Biafrans, God and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, God and protect our student, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. I appreciate everyone that have been part of this program, and I will see you again tomorrow by the grace of God. Thank you so much, and stay blessed.
Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Mama abulezi okwenu Na baka la kelu egonezi enwe Nuboti akala kelu egonu dezi Maka na baba nenu wa